2017 Porsche 911 RSR race car in VR. Hello everybody and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. You're listening to the OpenFed. Today we are driving a 2017 Porsche 911 in the Schwarzwald League on the Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. Now I hope I pronounced that right, and if I didn't, I do apologize. We're doing 4 laps. We started 16th of 16 cars, and we started with a rolling start. Now 4 laps might sound like a decent amount of laps, and the laps are fairly lengthy, but we're going pretty quick, so they're not going to take very long to do. So we got to get up and get moving right away, just like usual with any race that we're in. But we got to keep it clean, so we want to spread our attack out over the 4 laps that we're racing. But we also got to watch out. We got to worry about any cars at the front of the pack that might take off on us while we're waiting to get by the car that we're waiting to get by for an opportunity. So keeping all that in mind, we want to push it as hard as we can, and on the straight sections where we can really deliver, we want to open it up and go as hard as we can, like right here. This track's got a couple of really nice straight sections, and they're great for passing. That is, if you have the power to pass the car in front of you. Now we don't always have that, because some of these other cars are pretty fast too. So we just got to keep on fighting, and usually it's the corners where we end up gaining a little bit with these guys. The straights were pretty evenly powered, but we got by that silver one, and we got by this one here too. So we are moving up. Now we are now starting our second lap, and we keep track of the laps. It's a little bit easier to do. There's only 4 of them. We don't have to count quite as high, but we always forget which cars or how many cars we've passed, because as we're racing, we're just so tied into trying to pass the next car, we lose track of the cars we pass. So sometimes we don't pass them all and we don't win. Sometimes we come in 2nd or 3rd or 4th, and that's okay, because the only prerequisite that the OpenFed has for racing video games or playing video games is fun. If we have fun, then it's worth it. If it's not fun, then why would we want to do it? So with that in mind, we're going to do the best we can, because we always try to do the best we can, and see where we end up. We'll let the pieces fall where they may as we're catching up to this blue, looks like I'm not sure what that is, a BMW and a yellow Porsche, looks like. Now we got to try, they're blocking me out. I can't seem to get by them, and like I said, like I mentioned earlier, when you get stuck behind a couple of cars like this and you can't get by them, even if you only get stuck behind them for 2 or 3 seconds, that might be just enough time for the lead car to get a little further ahead that you can't catch him. Just keep that in mind. If you have an opportunity to pass, you gotta take it. Don't wait. Don't wait like I do sometimes, and then sometimes you wait too long and we don't end up winning the race. But that's okay. It's a lot of fun trying out different types of strategy. As we're finishing here, this is the 2nd lap, and we're halfway through the race now. And I would imagine that we are probably halfway through the pack of the cars, so we're passing them pretty easily. Some of these guys are going pretty slow. So now, when you get into a section of the track like right here, of course you can't pass because there's no room. But if you're close enough behind them, right over here, it's just a short little section, but you can just kind of sneak by them right away if you're right behind them when you come out of that turn. Now, oh well, there it is. I was just gonna say I don't see any cars in front of us, but I doubt that we're leading, and obviously we are not, because here is an orange Porsche, and then a yellowish kind of colored car in front of him. I can't see what kind of car that is, but we got 2 cars in front of us, so 3rd is the best that we can be sitting at right now. Now we are in the 3rd lap, so we are getting close to the end of the race, and by the time you start that 4th lap, I'd like to at least have the lead car in sight or know pretty close to where he is. But we have no idea yet where that is. It's a yellow Porsche, just just like the orange one we just passed, we'll try and sneak by this guy here. And either we are the lead car, or there's still one or two up ahead, but I don't see anything. And this is the last straight section before the end of the lap. So we're gonna keep pushing as hard as we can, because like I said, you never know if you're leading or not, because we don't have the display on and we don't need to go in for fuel, so we have no idea if we're leading until the end of the race. But I haven't seen any cars, so we might be in the front. But even with that said, even if we are in the front, you still don't want to slow down. You still want to keep up the pressure, because if you slow down a little bit too much, those guys behind you will be by you. And you also want to make sure that you don't drive off the track, because if you do that, yes, as you guess, those guys behind you will be by you. And you will not be able to catch up to them again. Because once you get into the last lap and you get past, it's really tough to catch up to the car in front of you. Now, we haven't seen any cars for a little while, and it looks like we might be leading and win the race. And see the check. Whoa, wait a minute. I thought I saw something up ahead there. Yeah. There's one car up ahead there still, so we are not the lead car, so we better get moving, because I do believe we have less than half a lap left. So if we want to catch that guy for the lead, we better... Oh, look at that. There's a car in front of him yet. I don't think we're going to be able to catch that one. That's going to be a tough race. Looks like if we're lucky, and if we're really lucky and good, could end up second place. Anyhow, absolutely love this race. It went by way too quick, but had a fun time racing it. Hope to see you back at OpenFed Gaming again real soon. Until then, you've been racing in a 2017 Porsche 911 with me, the OpenFed, sneaking by and catching second place.